Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Transport Fever 2 Strategy and Tactics Quick Tip. So, my fellow YouTuber, Stellaris aficionado, and general player of Management Tycoon and such games, Aspec, has called out for a little assistance on Twitter. He has been bitten by the Transport Fever 2 bug, and he's looking to improve his game here. And the topic that he is requesting help on has been bridges, more specifically land bridges here. So, Aspec, and for anyone else who may be having some trouble with land bridges, making them and also making them efficient, here are some tips for you. Now, when it comes to building bridges, the first question you need to ask is, should I build a bridge? Now, land bridges are inherently inefficient because you need to elevate the trains up and then back down. That involves hills and that causes them to slow down. That can cut your max speed and generally cause problems. Although, do you know what else causes problems? Running a single track across a 6-lane arterial line here, causing 6 trains to come to a halt just because one train wants to pass. That's not good. That causes a lot more problems than it solves. But you generally only need to do that if you're running a strictly perpendicular route. Sometimes it's better to just go with the flow and merge things into the arterial route and do the switcheroos towards the end. So let us say we do have a perpendicular route that needs to cross this artery, like right here. So let's get ourselves a land bridge on. Now, the best way to start a land bridge is pick a spot where you want the crossings. What you want to do is you want to draw the primary apex of the bridge first, and then you can draw the tails afterwards. It's a lot more efficient financially and space-wise. So the best way to do this is pick where you want to go. So let's just say, let's do it like right here, So you want to put your cursor about, you want it far enough away from the track so that it doesn't snap. See how it's snapping to the side there? Yeah, you don't want it snapping. You need it far enough away to not snap. Next, you need to, on your keyboard, assuming you haven't reassigned any keys, hit the period key 1, 2, 3, 4 times. See how that little gray ball goes up into space? That's telling you that you want to start building at a higher point in space. Now click and hold your mouse button and draw across the span here until you have the bridge of the desired width here. As we can see, we have our little our apex bridge here, spanning and covering the whole way. Let's hit that. Now what you can do is when you latch the thing onto either side, now you can draw it downwards. And if you hit the comma button, you're going to tell it, hey, I want to descend. Now, how you can make the descent a little bit sharper by drawing in smaller segments, but keep in mind that the faster you descend, the sharper the hill will be. And if you look at your train specifications, some trains, especially if they're pulling a lot of cars, do not do well on steep slopes. So keep that in mind based on what trains are going to be crossing this. So until you do that, just draw the tail out. I mean, you can achieve faster speeds if you draw the tail out straight, but depending on what your space needs are, you may need to curve it as well. But generally, you want to basically see how that arrow is tilted downwards? That's just telling it, hey, I want to keep going down. At least until you hit the ground, like that. And then once you hit the ground there, now you can just start painting track normally. And then likewise, we can do the same for the other side. Okay, so now we can draw the other side here. It might be a little tricky to latch onto, but just move your mouse around. Eventually you'll grab this. And by its nature, it's going to try to go down the ground. Now it's up to you if you want to keep the bridge going here, or if you want it to just cross naturally. This may be a bit much for it here. We're just gonna let it come to the ground here. Maybe see if we can't hit the uptick button here, but yeah, that's gonna look real weird. Maybe not. Maybe this might be one of those cases where we want to sacrifice some speed so that we can curve it a little bit. Or, better yet, just nix some of the road and then redraw the road as needed. Because sometimes, yeah, you gotta make the sacrifices there. Maybe draw the road under a part of the bridge that's high enough for it, like that. Then we can run around him here. Like that. And there we go. Now the bridge is passing over these two things without having to go too far out of our way. Now that is an efficient, compact, and economical, I mean, you're still going to have to shell out some bucks for it, bridge. So I hope you found this helpful and you want to see more like it. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. And also, don't forget to give A-Spec a quick, his channel a quick look-see. He has some really good stuff on there. So I hope this helped, and have a good one. Pinstar out.